Shout out to Bourbon Bougie, who's posted the whole thing, and I've been listening like a podcast. I'm on part 10 right now, and I am invested. To summarize, this man lied about everything about him, from his family life, his job, his financial situation, from the moment that they met.
Mama, he did it.
Yeah. We up in this thing this week. We going back at it, and this thing going heavy, snoring like a crack addict. Yep, I'm in here, and I'm looking clean. What you mean, boy? Her name is J-Leg. Her name is Arlene. She is on the track with her Ariana Grande shirt up on her back. She likes Ari. Thank you, next.
I could name one
what
song.
You mean, boy? You're looking like a pectoral muscle. You need to get in the gym. I just worked out and I'm trying to get in the gym. What you talking about? We finna go. Welcome back to the MamaHeDidIt podcast show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another special rendition of the MamaHeDidIt podcast. I'm your boy J-Leg, and she...
Your girl Jess, aka R.Lean. That's my middle name. Don't call me that because you don't know.
You don't know her.
That's a fact.
What's going on, Jessica? How you doing today? How you doing?
I'm doing well, day by day. Wishing it was like Friday already. You?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you struggling. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. I'm just trying to I'm going through the motions right now, man. I'm going through the motions with this week. I'm just trying to make it to Thursday because I'm off on Friday. Hey, we up, boy. But everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. If it's your first time tuning into the MamaHeDidIt podcast, first off, this is episode 72. And
Yes.
man, it's your first time. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all the things down below in the ticket you see scrolling across the bottom of your screen. If you don't see the screen, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you also leave us 5 stars on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, we got a good little show, in store for you. And my heart starts pumping. Get you goo.
Never gonna stop.
All right, guys. So this week, it's been going viral really recently. So hold on, let me create this banner. It's been going pretty viral this week. It's this lady. She's been on Z TikToks and
blowing it up. I'm thinking about hour-long videos.
And if you don't know, I didn't watch all this, so we're gonna watch this summary. We're gonna watch this summary, and we're gonna make our own assumptions whether they're right or wrong. We're gonna talk about it.
We did not attend TikTok.
So it's this 50-part series. This lady said, "Who TF did I marry?" It's hours of content.
For some reason, it's crazy though.
First off, I thought TikToks could only do 60 seconds, but apparently you can do.
You can do like a whole movie now. But like the fact that you can do that and she still got 50 parts is crazy.
First off, you just airing your own business out, not people judging you. But anyway, let's watch together. Again, I did not watch this whole thing. Me and Jessica's opinion could be very wrong. We want you guys to stay in tune with our wrongness, and we're going to make assumptions about our wrongness assumptions. Here we go. Let me share screen here, and I'm going to put my microphone close to
that was a fat knee pop. I don't know if you heard that one.
Knee popples. We're going to watch this summary of this British lady. Here we go.
You said this British lady?
Get Shonda Rhimes on the phone immediately, today, because we need this as a TV series. Have you been following the 50-part TikTok story by this poor lady, Risa, who's been sharing her story about how she married a pathological liar in immense detail? Now, there's no way I was going to sit on TikTok and scroll for 50 parts. Shout out to Bourbon Bougie, who's posted the whole thing, and I've been listening like a podcast. I'm on part 10 right now, and I am invested. To summarize, this man lied about everything about him, from his family life, his job, his financial situation, from the moment that they met. And she fell for it. She fell in love thinking she found a provider man who's going to take care of her. Turns out it was all a lie. And he was playing all the characters in the story. It's insane. This is why we need Shonda Rhimes, because she would write this down to the ground. And somebody get Shonda Rhimes on the phone immediately. Today.
Let's watch another one.
As a TV series.
I'm clicking around.
Have you been following?
Do you want to watch another one?
I finished the whole series.
Come on, why?
It was a lot. I just wonder what
It was a lot.
when she was in the hospital after her miscarriage. Like, what kind of person pretends to be in business meetings while just letting her sit in the recovery room extra time, more time than necessary, so he can carry on this delusion that he had? That part was especially messed up to me. Really, really messed up. I finished the whole series.
What I actually found out was that it was not a work phone. It was simply a secondary personal phone. He told me it was a work phone. I thought that the company was paying for the work phone. That's what I thought. No. But I actually...
No.
34. Who's the fuck?
Oh, there's her right there.
Who the Fuck Did I Marry? The TV series. Risa Tisa, played by Natasha Rothwell, yelling
giving actors to it all.
on mute to Brian, playing Legion, yelling in slow motion. So you can't.
She should have pitched this TV series. Like she should have pitched it.
She should have pitched this. Now I'm.
But at the same time, like it's two different. It's not gonna be on Tubi. It's two different parts of this, right? Like one, her putting the story out and it going viral gives her more credit. More credit if she does want to pitch like the story, or somebody wants to actually take it and write it and actually give her credit, give her props. On the other hand, somebody be like, "Hey, you freely told a story, and we're gonna write it ourselves and gonna say based on true events."
For sure.
Don't have to give her no credit. Like,
you think those people had to ask Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King about all the movies? Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks' family getting paid for all them based on true events.
But you can sue if somebody take your story without your permission, though. That's the only thing.
She ain't copyrighted this story. This is free entertainment. I can make a movie out of anything. All they got to do is change one or two lines. It's based off true events. Don't mean it's based off a true story. It's two different things.
Based off true events. Yeah, they can change up one. They can change up the location of where it was at and say this is a completely different person.
Because I'm gonna tell you, that's where The Blind Side got caught up in. Them folks said based off a true story. That stuff wasn't true. That's why Michael Orr was able to sue. Ooh, bars. That stuff wasn't true. That's why Michael Orr was able to sue. But this lady right here, based off true events, go to Tubi, holla at your boy.
Oh boy, you don't even have Tubi.
F did I marry? Coming out this summer.
Yeah. If something comes up, that's gonna be so funny if they have like a whole docu-series on her though.
Oh yeah, Lifetime gonna make a special. If they do it on R. Kelly, they'll do it on this.
Pause moment on that though. Like, what's the name of that? Is it Lifetime or it's LMN? That's the name of the network. LMN. I swear, I started watching shows on that when I was younger, like right teenage years, and I was like, oh, this is better than Lifetime. Like, it's good movies. But then I started noticing a trend. Like every single movie ended in murder, somebody dying. Like it was always so scary at the end. I was like, why are all these people dying in every movie?
I'm gonna tell you what, CSI, all them NCISs, that's based off true events.
Yeah.
The cases are very similar, different
but
names.
But they're like closed cases that are like years old, I think.
But it's based off true events. Them stories was basically public knowledge as well. This story is public knowledge. I'm sending you to Tubi, man, and I'm gonna produce this.
Boy, no, you're not.
I'm gonna do a 5-part series. Now I ain't doing 50. That's too much production.
Yeah. 60 minutes.
Let's hear a couple more summaries, will we?
In the back loop.
Part 46. Who the fuck did I marry? So after the whole missing in action debacle where he disappeared for a couple of weeks, Legion started calling and texting me, telling me that he was ready to come home.
Legion?
Yes, you heard that correct. So apparently someone had told him that legally part 46.
Not gonna lie.
And then they talking about velocity has left the chat.
Wait a second. All right, we've definitely stepped out. Let me mute. Okay, we've stepped away. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not gonna lie. With a name like Legion, I'm not talking to you.
For sure.
And I only say this. Legion is a group. You know, like it's a group of people or a group of personality types. In some circumstances when it's being described. And I feel like I heard the word Legion on a movie where like a person had mixed personality disorder or something like that. So like it would call it the Legion.
Oh my goodness. I see something where it say Legion's first wife speaks out. I kind of want to watch it.
First wife?
Yeah, apparently Legion been in the streets.
Yeah, he got different. If she described him as somebody who was completely different than who he actually was, he portrays different personalities all the time. So like with a name like that.
So in this 50-part series, she managed to rack up 350 on average, probably more minutes, which is like 6 hours worth of content. So the story takes back in 2020, 2021, where she married her husband. Now this was during pandemic time, so they decided to quarantine together. Now during this time, gradually she realized that her husband was actually a pathological liar, since he had told her he had a lot of wealth, but in different countries. And basically made up a lie of who he was and what he achieved in life. He made her all these promises that they're going to buy a house, cars, all of this stuff together once the pandemic stuff's over. So then eventually once, things started cooling off and they were actually looking at houses, some things were not adding up. He did show her some paperwork of him getting a pre-approved for a house loan. But once the process started actually coming into fruition, that's where a lot of red flags started popping up. Basically, the income wasn't matching, and there was even instances where he was using different social security numbers to fill out paperwork.
Okay, Paul, we're gonna continue. We're gonna go through this like Bible class now. What the young man said, he had wealth overseas. Now, ma'am, at no point in time did she. Again, we're making assumptions. We're gonna ride with him. At no point in time did she say, "Ooh, let me double check this. Let me background check this fella." Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, friends, family members.
I'm doing a whole research before I even agree to the first date.
Like I feel like she ain't got no friends. And I'm gonna say why this baby ain't got no friends. Surely your mama, if she's alive, surely your close friends would have smelt the foolishness on this man.
Unless he was as good as she portrays him.
Unless he was that good. Legion had to been the greatest ever in order to not be caught with this foolishness. Him. I don't see how he
I wonder what he looked like.
Good question. Apparently, it sounds like he's not American. I don't know, but let's continue.
Now, once she started seeing all these red flags, she decided to run a background check on him, and it turns out
background check was ran. Okay, let's read.
Everything he had told her was all fabricated. It was all fake. Even as far as to lie about calling his family regularly because she had contacted her family when she found out who he was. And they said they cut ties with him a long.
Okay. Now, this is my question.
Oh, so she deep dived and figured out his real family. Okay. She did a legit background. This one, though, I'm going to go look on Facebook. Yeah. This was, I paid a professional.
And that's what I'm saying. If his game had been so spectacular, like, how did he get away with this stuff? Like, how did he?
I mean, it's like you can imagine, though, like you can imagine if he was like, yeah, I talk to my family all the time, but and every occasionally, like somebody called, but it might be a different woman, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna talk to my mama, I'm gonna step out, and you just assume that it was actually his mom or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like if he never talked to them in front of her and just said it who it was.
This remind me of Bishop Sycamore. You ever seen Bishop Sycamore?
Who is Bishop Sycamore?
Bishop Sycamore was his college, fake college, where they was recruiting high school players with low GPAs and some of them had decent GPAs, and they recruiting college players that dropped out and grown men who just needed the opportunity to play football. Fake college, no classes, no training equipment. They were sharing helmets. They had to go different practice fields. They were eating bad food. The dude will order 60 rotisserie chickens from Kroger, wait till right before they close to go in there and pick up all 60 because they can't resell them because they'll be free. So at the end of the day, they free, and he'll feed them to the students. It feels like this guy Legion, is a pathological lie, kind of like the coach for Bishop Sycamore. If you haven't had a chance, Netflix has a series about Netflix or Prime. One of them has a series about Bishop Sycamore. Check it out. It sounds so familiar, bro. Like it's almost like she fit into a script that was fabricated long before she got there. Because surely he can't lie that good. Coming off the
it seems like this is something if he, like he just said his family cut ties with him a long time ago, meaning he been this way.
This dude been billion women, and I bet
he been acting up.
And I ain't gonna say I don't know this lady, so I don't know her from a can of paint. But I bet she was one of them people that was like super duper loving, so she paid for stuff, which wouldn't add up if he was rich. I don't know how he got away with this. Let's continue. Read.
I forgot my wallet.
I'm like, you need to find it. Read.
Time ago. So all of these daily phone calls that he would have with his family was just him talking to himself or someone else. Now she's from Georgia. I'm not too sure on the law on how to, if you can divorce someone from, fake pretenses or not, but she's currently on the process of doing that. Now this is the guy she was married, Legion.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn big lip.
It's like that's his twin though, baby.
Monkey.
I don't know.
Man, if you don't get your goddamn.
Not her exposing what he look like. At least she protecting other women. Like if you don't see this,
if you gonna ride out, look, protect everybody. Let's read.
He has been found. He actually posted his own statement on the situation, basically calling her a whole lot.
Why they put that other lady?
I'm gonna address rumor Risa Tisa ex-wife who straight line to y'all. It's
So she let Keenan Thompson jug out her money.
Don't bring Keenan into this.
Good guy, but she let him jug out her money. Girl, come on now. Like if this was Trey Songz, I'd be like, no homo. Okay, get it. This is Keenan Thompson's big brother. Come on, fam.
It's sad, because it's completely false. More to the point, I haven't decided who I'm going to talk to exactly or go on whose page or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that she lied about everything. Follow her. Don't.
So I guess we're going to have...
Hey, I got a question.
He look like he lying, though.
I got a question, bro.
Look,
solo me out. So, Legion. We want you on the goddamn podcast, Legion.
Oh, my gosh.
We want to hear your side, brother. My guy. We want to hear your side. We done heard her side. She got 1,000 hours of content. We want to give you a spotlight. It's Club JJ, Jessica, and James. It's our club. Come, Legion. I'm going to post this somewhere. Legion, I want you to step out and give your side. We're going to let you talk. We're going to have questions. We want you to come on and have a conversation. That's all we want, Mr. Legion. That's all we want. All right.
So extra.
I need him on here.
Wait on his side of the story to make a full assumption of what's going on. So this has been all a summary of the 6.5 hours that Risa Tisa has talked.
6.5.
If I got anything wrong or missed an important detail.
I know what I'm doing tonight when I lay to bed.
I know what I'm doing on my way home Thursday. I'm listening to her story all the way to that whole 2.5 hour ride.
Like when I tell you that's a takedown watch. Like I can take all this down.
Oh yeah, that's a takedown. Wash, dry, style,
girl,
everything. He did what, girl? If this ain't a primetime beauty stove story,
look,
I don't know what it is.
It's mandatory to have a good video or movie on when doing your hair.
Bro, I be cutting my hair, and I hate it when y'all call me because I be having good beads going when I'm cutting my hair. This is a great haircut.
We be going. Like we get a PSA in there.
I don't care. This is a great give me a haircut style type of story. This is a great anything. The young man has a part 2. Okay, that's
saying found rent money at Walmart.
Corey, have you heard it? Have you seen it? Let me know down below as well.
I appreciate you. What's his name? Arnie Nagat. Whoa, your name, sis. All right, Arnie. Appreciate you, bro.
Ain't that a dance?
Get the get.
Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. I'm sitting here like this.
But no, so I kind of want to ask this question. So this is going to lead to our conversation. So when you're dating, what are things? Okay, I heard her say it was so many red flags. She thought she was colorblind. I heard her say that.
Yeah.
What are things that you look for? What are red flags that you should look for? And how to spot a red flag? And I'm gonna title this "How to Spot the Red Flags." Let me see.
Oh, okay. How to spot it? First, I think you got to define what's a red flag for you.
Okay.
Like, I feel like red flags I think there are standard, like there's standardized red flags, and then there's personalized red flags.
Okay, let's go over the standard red flags, the universal red flags.
I think universal red flags are like, I can't live without you. No one can have you but me. Like statements like that are like, I'll kill you before I let you leave me type of statements. Like those are universal.
Like that series
assessed.
Like that series you. Yeah.
Very much so.
I see you, Mary Kay, walking past the window.
Yeah, like
who is that talking to you? I don't know him. I don't like him.
Yeah, I think that's a universal red flag. Like at no point should anybody be that ain't even love. That's obsession. Like at no point should somebody be that obsessed with you that they wouldn't want you to, like, if it ain't with them, it's nobody, and they mean it.
Nobody, baby.
Like to the point where they will ensure that nobody else will have you. Like restraining order type of energy is always a universal red flag.
I still say, I'll touch that 5 for you. I do that 3-4 times again. I'll touch that 5 for you.
Somebody just pointed that out to me at work. He was like, they was playing on the radio. He was like, you like that song? I was like, yeah, it's cool. He was like, do you hear what she's saying? No, she's talking about something. I'll hide that body. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
All of them around is getting doomed. I'm not.
But anyway,
she said, mobbing, scheming, new whip, hide your bodies. As long as you're dreaming about me, ain't no problem.
Yeah, I think that's giving very red flag.
SZA is a red flag.
And that's what's so red flags really, that's the perfect song to really demonstrate a red flag. Like everything she's saying in written text is like, whoa, I should move away. But the way she say it's so pretty, it sounds so good. You don't even see how dangerous it is.
So you in love. Hey, she say all that murderous stuff, but then you get to this part. I can't lose. You be like,
yeah, and you be like, I should love you. Yeah. All lovey-dovey
nice news. You be
look, it be like this. Look, she be like this until it's time to get started with a knife. Just.
I'll touch that 5 for you.
Like honestly, I don't want nobody willing, like, and I say this very particularly, I don't want nobody willing to kill for me unless it's to protect me from danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I would want my husband to be able to kill for me in the sense of somebody broke into our house and he takes away the threats of life-ending danger. But to be like, did he just look at you when we walk by? We got a problem. Like, chill.
Like,
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you a question. But the thing is, all red flags not that red. Like some red flags are like,
some red flags are more of a yellow. Like you got red. People forget about the yellow flags.
Yellow
flags are your personal. Yellow flags are personalized flags. It's like, can I deal with that? Can I not? And if you can't, it becomes a red flag for you. If you can, it's just a yellow or a green flag. It's like, I can figure out how to work with it, or we good. But universal red flags are like, no one should be in that position. Like,
universal
where like somebody smack you, male or female, whoever is the receiving end, and I'm sorry, I won't ever do it again. That is a universal red flag. It is in no situation you need to put your hands on me.
That's a universal. I think another universal red flag is, to me, you want to see. I'm gonna say what a red flag is. I see people do sometimes. People that get into like arguing and yelling matches in public, I'm like, red flag.
Red flag. Yeah.
Like,
we can handle this at the house, and we still not gonna yell at the house because I shut down when I'm yelled at, and I'm not gonna yell at you, so don't yell at me.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a personalized red flag. Some people can only express themselves through yelling, and if that's your relationship, okay, still think it's toxic, But if y'all gonna yell between y'all four walls and not in between this Olive Garden, because I want to eat my breadsticks and salad happily.
For sure. I feel like, to me, how I spot red flags. First off, you need to look. One thing Daddy used to tell us when we was growing up: don't ignore the signs. Like if it's there in front of you, I feel like this young lady. Granted, if to me, in order for her to have a 50-part series, 6 hours of content, baby, it was some signs there that you just didn't pick up.
Yeah,
you were just flat foot running through the red lights.
You know what I think happens so often though? I think like you have like this honeymoon phase of like no wrong can be done because
or you just don't
like
lose them
so
type phase,
happy
like,
or whatever. Yeah, like you just like, oh, you see a brush it off face, like, well, I'm still getting to know them, like da 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 da, like no, it's there. Like
I'm gonna
if
tell
you
you a
saw
red
it, it's
flag I
probably there.
experienced dating one time, bro. It was I ain't gonna mention no name, I ain't gonna get it. But I took this girl on a date to Applebee's. I was broke, so Applebee's good date for me. I likes the Applebee's. Shot it.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was weird. It was very awkward. Then we left. She was like, "I don't really like Applebee's like that." I was like, "They have a pick 20, a pick 25, a pick 30. You could have picked any one of 30, 25, 20, and you decide to tell your friend that you ain't like Applebee's. You didn't want to go. Red flag. First off, it's so
You
much.
talking about she went with you and then she said she didn't like it after the fact?
Yes.
Why couldn't she be like the moment you said we going to Applebee's? I don't really like Applebee's. You go to Chili's, like.
That's what I'm saying. No, well, this my point is, like, she was saying like he was cheap. I was like, hell, to you
But she
didn't
still
pay.
went there and ate it.
That's not, and my point is like if you're in a situation to where
I always talking about like you can't just say it straight to my face type of thing. Like you wouldn't
it
talk
ain't
about
even that. To me, it's the humility of it. It's like, yeah,
like
I
you
want,
yeah.
and that could have been a yellow flag, but to me, it was a red because I'm like, bro, like to me, it's like if you can't eat this, you only eat half the stuff I eat. Cause I love me some country food, and it ain't gonna work. Point blank, period. And so, like, to me, I feel like you got to be paying attention to what's out there. Like, the signs be there. The girls be crazy. Then my friend wanted to tell me these girls crazy, and I was like, I knew it from the Applebee's date. I knew it. And she found out like a year later, like, she crazy. I was like, duh. So if you go tell me you go eat your whole plate, then tell me you don't like Applebee's like that.
Look like the cleanness of that plate says it's not that bad.
And the circumference of that plate that I can now see seems like you enjoyed it. Like I don't. And so my thing is, when it comes to red flags, I feel like people gotta pay attention to the signs. You gotta really look at your situation and be like, is this something I could deal with? Because I feel like a lot of times people be dating just to not be lonely. That's what she got caught up in. See,
people be dating to not do that, and people be dating to get free food on the women's side. I don't know. It's not worth it.
I feel like this lady right here dated so she didn't get lonely. And what happened was, my mom always say, be careful you dating. You know, you don't know who you're gonna fall in love with. She fell in love with this dude. All the story he would tell her, she fell in love.
With the idea of him.
She was trying not to be lonely, and she fell in love, and boom, now she's stuck with this dude. First off, you married him, then did all this work. She did all this.
Now that's the red flag on her part.
It's a red flag on her. To me, it just tell me you a naive individual. You just
y'all started dating, and he done. And to my assumption, I think they moved in together during COVID,
and they got married.
And I'm just like, huh? Like you ain't met his family, and he said he talked to them all the time.
And you let people move,
and you married them, and he talked to them all the time. Nobody came to the wedding. I know it's COVID, but like FaceTime. Nice.
First off, I'm not marrying you unless all your family is dead or deceased that you don't know them personally. I'm not marrying you if I don't meet your family. It's no way.
It's not so weird.
Negative.
It's so weird. At least a phone call. Like you ain't even talk to them. You ain't talk to buddy mama or nothing.
Bro, I'm not marrying you if I don't know who you are. Because your family a lot of times a direct reflection of you.
And I wonder how much of her family did he meet? Like were there, because to me that's always a red flag to me when it's like one side of the family, like for instance in this situation, like the guy might have met the whole girl family, but she ain't met none of his, but they getting together and you know that his family's still alive, like, not talking or not, I need to know where you came from. Like, I need to know somebody who knows you before I knew you. And it can't be through all your friends who like you.
Yeah, I need a true depiction of what you are, who you are, and what you about. Like, it
Like,
can't
the
be
first thing I do when somebody introduce, like, I'm looking up first and last name on the Google.
Yeah, so I don't really like that idea of just blindly. It's like, it's one thing to blindly date. You blindly committed yourself into like your life. Like you just hopped in. So I'm gonna get past that decision. Now the next decision on the red flag. Now that you've seen these red flags, what are you doing about it? You just sitting here and just living through it. I guess now you ain't got an option because you're married.
Well, if you're married, yeah, it's a different situation. Now you're planning, how am I getting out of this? Is really the situation in that. But like, if you know there's some red flags before, then you should be like, hey, is this one? You know how like, what's a good reference? Like, for instance, you got a file cabinet, right? And sometimes the folders be empty. You know, you see the first file, it just got a little paper in it. That's your red flag. But then if a whole nother stack of paper start popping up, like you got a file cabinet worth of red flags, you need to empty the file cabinet and dip. You need to shred. You need to get it out of there. Disposal.
Now I ain't gonna let Legion off the hook now. You sound like a master manipulator, bro.
He does sound like a manipulator of some sort.
A master manipulator.
Definitely it must have been a mental strain, in the sense of like, she mentally was so infatuated with whatever lie. Like, I think it's like a phase of like, I believe everything you say because I have no reason to not believe you until stuff start not adding up. I think that's kind of what happened in her situation. Like, she just willingly trusted him because she didn't have any reason not to, and just gave him the benefit of the doubt. But then when like the house stuff start coming up and stuff start not adding up, it's just like, okay, so how is this not adding up if you saying you got this and you got that? And I think she waited too late to validate all his stuff. Like, the moment he told me he had some overseas, I'm like, oh, okay. So you must have some type of money. So your name should be somewhere, but you ain't popping up on Google, nowhere, no search engine. We have a problem. We're doing background check now.
Yeah, to me it just seemed like this love story went way further than it should have went.
And the 2 phones give me red flag, honestly. Like, I know some people have 2 phones, and like, if it's actually a work phone, cool. Like, if I actually know that's an actual work phone, that's great. But if you can't prove, like, she had no clue that was just a personal phone that he had. Like, he had his whole other family on there probably.
And she's just living through it, just living. Like, I grant, I'm not gonna let him off the hook.
Check a phone. Like, you're not gonna sit around with 2 phones and me not know what's on both of them.
He definitely is a master manipulator. I give him that, and it's disgusting, honestly, why he would go to the long line to this lady. That being said, I mean, it's just not right. That's why not. But
yeah,
I guess I'm saying, like, at some point you gotta realize, like, as the other person, I ain't gonna just say the woman in this situation, but the other person is being manipulated. Like, it seemed like she let this go on way too long before her eyes was open. Like it had, like,
but it went on long. He was so good at it for so long.
Like, at some point, these lies, like, I don't know a liar who remembers every lie.
Yeah, but if you don't remember, the reference point, you can't pinpoint that it was a lie. If you can't reference it, like, if y'all having a series of conversations that are continual all the time, and then something slips up, it's easy to pick up. That ain't what you said. But like, if it's just like sporadic moments here, sporadic moments there of different conversations, and it's not like tied to each other, you wouldn't be able to pick up on the lie so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else on this? I'm like, listen, just thinking about this drives me up a wall. Okay.
I mean, like, it's just like, how do you determine
what's real?
What's real and what's not? How do you determine what's the red flag or the green flag? Like, everything he was saying was green flag material. He he puts like watercolor paint on his red flag that was green, and we didn't see it until it washed away. That it was red the whole time. So it's like, how do you see that preemptively before you married or 2 years in, and just now seeing something that might have already been there the whole time, but it just wasn't at the forefront so like loud for you to see, or like to realize, I don't know. Like, how do you realize that earlier on than in this case to after you married?
I don't know. I mean, like if he was truly that good and no signs were shown, I don't know how you avoid this situation. I really don't. Like,
I mean, only way she saw it was when money started getting involved. It's because his money trail. And I imagine if he did have the money though.
he could have. He would still been riding this horse.
That's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't have
Like,
came off that joint.
It just didn't work out because he ain't had a bag for real to like compensate for everything that was going on. Granted, none of the Social Security or all that stuff would have lined up, but if he had the money, he could have fixed that too. Like, because you can change your name for like $500. He could have got new paperwork if he wanted it legally. Like, he could have got new paperwork.
Yeah, I don't know how this. I don't even know how to avoid this situation.
Because there's people that do this that have the money to live the lie successfully.
Yeah,
or have the knowledge or the wherewithal to make it look so real. Like, have you ever watched the show Suits? Great show. Gotta watch it.
What is on?
It's on Netflix.
Can't log into that.
It's on Netflix. But literally this dude, he's a genius, right? Like, he can't remember anything he read. He was helping his friend who's a drug dealer sell some weed one time. But his friend, he didn't technically set him up, but he was being set up himself, but he had him do the run. So he wasn't the one that was going to get caught. It was the guy that was really smart. He was already at Harvard Law School. He was like, okay, I'm doing it this one time, bro. Cops start coming. He in a lawyer office. He run into the building. He impresses the lawyer dude. Gets the job. Now he is a fake lawyer for years, and then beat the boards. He done passed the law board exam, but it was somebody else.
Photographic memory.
He got photographic memory. Can recite any book, and like it's a whole thing. But it's just like in that situation, he remember everything. You can't get nothing over on him.
Scary, bro.
And he was a criminal. But he was good at what he was doing. Like, he really wanted to be a lawyer. But he just couldn't do it because at this point, he done lied so much. He can't get out of it.
At that point, you just got to say your prayers before you go to bed.
But that's just, his situation. And he was making money because he was getting paid lawyer money.
At that point, you just got to say your prayers before you go to bed. Like, I don't know what else to do. You just got to get with God. That's all I can tell you.
You're like, Lord, show me the things that I need to see.
Lord, reveal the truth to me. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you get around it. I don't know how you avoid that. I feel sorry for this.
Do you think she took the right approach, though? Like, airing it out? The way she aired it out. Do you think that's the right approach to her situation? Like, because in my opinion, if she's just now exposing this, if she's been active on social media, why haven't we seen the whole relationship? Like, from the moment you was in love and all of that. Because if that was the case, somebody on the internet would have told you he ain't real. And I just want to know why now we come to the internet. Because if you put your relationship on the internet, most times you do it all the time through the good and the bad. If you're a person that do that. But she just not airing it out at the end when she's trying to get a divorce.
I don't know. Good question. I feel like maybe she just like, this my chance to just let everybody know. Okay, I'll say this.
But it's like, who wanted to know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying, I feel like sometimes, like, when you at the end of something and you've seen the light at the end of the tunnel, you just like, bump it. I'm finna air it out. But when you in it, you don't want to necessarily believe what. Like, if she would have made these videos, and people are like, oh, he's not really who you think it is. she would have been in so much denial. She probably would have never saw the light in the first place. You know, nah, that's real. You know, she would have like you would have been almost offended. She would have been blocking people.
Yeah, like that is.
She gives me block people energy.
Like she would have been protecting him, type of thing.
For sure. And anything that anybody else would have said about him, she might have tried to press it, but she wouldn't have went this far with it at all. So I don't know. I hate it for her. I won't Legion. I still want you to come on the podcast to give your side of the story. We finna have some guests on this piece. Anything else, Chuck, before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
Anyway, guys,
don't ignore them, guys.
If you see him, don't ignore him. And if you meet a guy named Legion, it's the same dude.
You better leave him.
You better leave him alone. Anyway, guys, man, we thank y'all so much for tuning into another special edition of the MamaHeDidIt podcast. I've been your boy Jay Leg, and she's been
your girl Jess.
And we'll see y'all at the convention. Kiss mama, uncle, cousin, and for me. Peace.
Peace.